products review. We're going to do the Head Radical 135 brand new squash racket review, and I'm going to compare it to last year's model and the year before. I personally have used this racket for about 10 years now, used all the different variations from the Xenon, Xenon 2 and then into the Radical. So to make it a fair test, they've all got the same grip, they've all been freshly restrung, same tension at 25 pounds today. Right, let's see how it goes. Okay, conclusion time. So we've tried out the racket from 2 or 3 seasons ago. This is the Head Xenon Graphene 135. The racket from the last season, which was renamed the Radical Graphene 135, and we have the brand new Radical Graphene 135 for this season. Design-wise, I like head designs. I think the colours and the patterns look pretty cool. This new one is simple, but the grey and the orange work really well together. Feel-wise, immediately when you pick up this new racket, somehow it feels ever so slightly thinner in your hand, because what a lot of people don't like is the chunkiness of head rackets. When I compare the frames, they are exactly the same width and thickness, but somehow this feels ever so slightly thinner. And because of that, I think the head size feels slightly bigger as well, but again, when you compare it, it's not. It's the same string pattern as its predecessors, the same shape, same size. But when you're striking the ball, it feels like you've got an extra couple of centimetres around the frame, which is a good thing. This season, Head have actually released a larger headed version of this, and this isn't that one, so this is the same head size as these two rackets. Swing-wise, all these 3 rackets, they feel exactly the same weight, so when you take them back, they feel quite light, and when you go through the ball, you can feel their weight in the head go through your swing and into the shot, which I really like, so they are slightly head heavy. All the shots, the drives, the drops, the volley drops, these rackets have got a great feel. They've got power and they've got touch at the front of the court. And going back to the frame thickness, I personally like that. So it feels that when you are scraping the ball off the walls, your racket isn't going to break or crumble in your hand. So in conclusion, I'd say these three rackets are very similar, which you would expect because it's the same model of racket. I do like this new one. There's just something about it which feels ever so slightly different without changing the actual feel of the way it hits the ball. So I think if you've used these head rackets before, it's an easy transition to move up to this brand new one. I think a lot of people, when they transition from say a Dunlop or a Prince racket, they find it difficult when they hold a head racket because they do find that they feel chunky in the hand. Whereas this one feels less chunky, so it would be an easier transition to make if you were moving from a different make of racket to this head racket. So yes, conclusion, excellent racket, and I'm certainly looking forward to using it this season.